Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video in our Christmas special series. And today we are making Christmas toffee crack. It is an edible gift idea and it is super delicious and extremely easy. You will be surprised at how quickly this comes together. I've eaten a lot of this during my time in Ireland and it is extremely easy to put together, and I'm going to show you exactly how you do this. The first thing that you need to do is preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. Now first we are going to line up our cookies at the bottom. So normally this is made using graham crackers or any kind of cream crackers, but I wanted some salty cookie or biscuit at the bottom just because the saltiness from these biscuits really contrast well with the sweetness from the chocolate and the toffee. So I've used Monaco biscuits, which are super easily available and they have the perfect amount of salt in them, and the biscuit itself is really crunchy and it's just an amazing texture to this toffee crack once it's ready. So line it up on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Now what we are going to do is we are going to keep this aside while we prepare our toffee sauce. Now toffee sauce, very easy. All you need is butter and sugar. So I've added the butter and I've let it melt partially. You don't have to wait till everything melts. Just add the butter into a saucepan, and into that then I'm going to add my sugars. Now I'm using a mix of caster sugar and dark brown sugar. If you like, you can just use caster sugar or you could use brown sugar entirely. It's up to you actually. I have listed all the quantities for these ingredients down below in the description box, so do check it out. Now on a medium-low heat, you don't want high heat, just cook this on a medium-low heat. What you want is for all the ingredients to melt first. So you want the butter to melt and both the sugars to melt. And once that has melted, you're going to set a timer on your phone to 5 minutes and you're going to keep stirring this occasionally so that it is getting mixed really well and nothing is sticking to the bottom of the saucepan. So for 5 minutes, you're just going to keep cooking this on a medium-low heat. You'll notice eventually that the sugar really starts to dissolve and starts to caramelize and bubble away like this. So let it do its thing. Now this is different from your caramel sauce because in caramel sauce you only use sugar and water and you cannot use a spoon or a whisk to mix it together. But in this toffee sauce, it's much easier. It's very straightforward. You're only using butter and sugars and you're mixing it together until it starts to bubble and look like this. Now as you can see, our toffee sauce is ready. Now what I will do is I'm going to pour it over my lined up cookies that we lined up earlier, and it may not cover every inch of the biscuit, and that is totally fine because when we pop this in the oven, it's going to start to bubble away even more. So just add the caramel sauce or the toffee sauce over the cookies to the best of your ability, and then use your spatula and just sort of spread it around so that it's evenly spread out and it's touching most of all the biscuits that have been lined up there. That's the beauty about this recipe. It doesn't have to be perfect, and yet it will turn out perfect and taste even more delicious. So once you've lined up the cookies and added the caramel or the toffee sauce to it, we are going to pop this in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. No more, no less, just 5 minutes, and you'll see that it'll start to really bubble away. Take it out of the oven and immediately start adding some chopped dark chocolate over it. Now for this to work, it is very important that you chop the dark chocolate super fine and you make sure that it's at room temperature, because you want this you want the residual heat from this tray to melt the chocolate. So just place it over the caramel and the cookie base and let it sit for a minute. So after a minute then I'm going to take my butter knife and you'll notice that it just melts away instantly, and that's the reason why it's important that you leave this chocolate at room temperature and chop it super fine. And the residual heat from cooking or baking the caramel and the cookie base will melt the chocolate as well. It's going to be super hot at this point, and that's the reason why the chocolate will melt on its own. So just spread it evenly to the best of your ability. As you can see, you don't need any special skills to make this. It's so easy. You can actually make this with your friends and family too. It's a real fun cookout session if that's something that you would enjoy. Now once you've spread the chocolate out, while it is still warm, we are going to top it off with some toppings. So here I have some finely chopped walnuts. You can add whatever you wish to add to this. So I'm adding some chopped walnuts, and then I'm also going to add the zest of half an orange. Once this sets, the flavor from the orange really seeps into the chocolate, and it just adds a really festive touch to your Christmas toffee crack. So just add the zest of half an orange, and now what we're going to do is we're going to pop this in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. You want that tray to cool down, the chocolate and the biscuit and the toffee sauce to cool down and harden. As it cools in the refrigerator, it is going to really go nice and hard. So minimum 30 minutes, it needs to be nice and cold. Everything will stick to it. The walnuts will stick to the chocolate as it sets, and it's absolutely amazing. You can see how firmly that has set, and now all you have to do is just crack it into pieces. You can wrap this up in a paper bag and add festive twine to it, add some festive name tags and gifting tags, and just gift it to friends and family. So I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. I'm posting one new recipe video every single day leading up to Christmas, and you do not want to miss it. I'll see you in another video. Until then, goodbye and happy festive baking.